It's Friday night at the Fieldhouse. Durfee hosts Snowden International from Boston. Hello again, everybody. Evan Massoud, thanks for tuning in on Fred TV, and welcome inside Durfee High School. The Hilltoppers come into tonight's matchup at 4-3, but they could very easily be 6-1 at this point. Coach Guimond tells me that a couple of their losses recently have been because of some offensive woes. Defensively, they've been doing quite well. In fact, he says the team is pretty much where he wants them to be. But offensively, and particularly at the free throw line, they have struggled. They shot well below 50% in the last couple of games. And two players that were really a spark for Durfee in the first two games that we covered on Fred TV back in December, Brendan White and Tyshawn Lopes, have also struggled of late. In those two games that we featured, they accounted for nearly 50% of Durfee's point total. But of late, the last two games, which were losses for Durfee, they only managed a combined 13 points. We'll look for them to turn it around tonight, and we'll see if the offense can also turn it around as well against the Snowden Cougars. Got a great game for you. We're glad that you've tuned in. The snow from this morning has come and gone, so stick around. High School Hoops on Fred TV. It's next.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombers stinging air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You ever reached the glasses stage that you like yet?
No, I'm
You
told,
think it's coming?
I'm told that when I hit 40.
I got down to my mid-40s. Everyone else in my family was like 40 or so. I was like, hey, I ain't happening to me.
I haven't been to the eye doctor since like 10 years. That's a problem. Folks, welcome back inside the Fieldhouse. Evan Massoud with you on Fred TV, about to tip things off here on this Friday night tilt between the Snowden Cougars and the Durfee Hilltoppers. They start off with possession. Joe Camara with it to Chathan Nera. Joe was not looking. It ricocheted off his back to Nick Salmon. Joe gets it back, looking to start with a three. It's off the mark. Morency there, the tall center for Durfee, can't put it in. It's tipped up by Salmon. It ends up going into Lopes' hands, and they'll get a fresh shot clock. A little bit wild there to get things going. Lopes wants a college three, and he sinks it for the first score of the game. I mentioned in the open that he and Brendan White are two guys that really need to kind of get going again. They had such a great first couple weeks of the season, but have struggled dearly over the last couple of games, only, as I said, combining for 13 points between the two of them in their last two games. That is a long three put up by number 13 there, Javier Ellis. It was no good. Nick Salmon forging ahead. He's had a nice couple games, though, on the flip side, averaging about 18 to 20 points a game is Nick Salmon. Chathan Nera had a good game as well against Attleboro. Unfortunately, that was a loss for Durfee, though. They lost that one here on their home court. And that was a game that they struggled from the free throw line. That foul was going on Noah Amos, and it will be Nick Salmon at the line on the first team foul for the Cougars, and Salmon gets the favorable bounce. That one is good, so he's in the books. But yes, shooting, it was 10. If I recall what Coach said, it was 10 for about 25 or 24 at the free throw line in that game. So definitely some struggles at the free throw line, and he said that is something that they've worked on, as well as, again, the fast breaks and the moving the ball on offense. The fast breaks have gotten better since the last game that we did, and that was the Conley game. But the moving the ball around, getting some good passes around the horn, around the arc there, if you will, they got to get better with that. Lopes with his second three from downtown, and the lead swells to 8-0, 90 seconds into this one. A little bit about Snowden International. They're out of Boston, and they are a Division IV team. Durfee doesn't normally play a lot of D4 teams, but they have played Snowden last couple seasons. And I talked with Coach Rogers before the game as well. And unfortunately for Snowden, they are 0-6. They're coming in without a W. And part of it's because he says they're a very young team. They're the only school in Boston to start freshman and sophomore players because they're a small school, and that's why they're D4. The divisions are placed based on, or your position in terms of divisions are you're placed based on the size of your school. Salmon with the jumper, Morency. He's going to pick up his first foul of the night, the tall Durfee center. That's Durfee's first foul as well as the team. So again, that's part of it is that they are a small team, so they don't have the numbers that a team like, say, Durfee does. And that's also why they're such a young team. They're playing a lot of young players. And, part of it as well, he says, is inexperience being a younger player. So he says there's only place to go is up from here. That's another three put up by Ellis. No good. The rebound to Hall Sanchez. And he is crowded in the corner. Goes out of play. That was Richard Hall Sanchez. He could not get free. Goes out of bounds off of White. So the white Durfee jerseys there in the corner defending, forcing an inbound pass here. Quick put back. That was nicely done by Shane Taylor. Good inbound there from Sanchez. They're on the board. The Cougars get their first basket of the night. 8-2 the score, 5.5 to play. Good passing there. They try to find Salmon. Inside they did, but he'll get it back out. Lopes with another three. 9 points for Lopes on 3 shots in the first quarter. What a start for him. Must have heard me in the open. Not a bad crowd on hand as well. We had some snow this morning. More expected over the weekend, but a good Friday night crowd considering this is not a Big 3 game. We got Big 3 hoops coming up the next couple of weeks. We're basically going to be here in the field house every Friday for the month of January, so definitely got to look for these games to air at the beginning of the week. Salmon wants 3. That's off the back of the rim. He'll get his own rebound. Nera trying to find some space. He's going to try to put it up. No, he is stripped, and we got a foul coming. That should put Nera at the line. Nera going to shoot 2, and it will be the second foul for the Cougars. This is the first personal foul for Hall Sanchez. Jathan misses the first one. Second is good, so 1 for 2 there. And early in the ball game, small sample, but 3 for 4 at the line is Durfee, so that's definitely an improvement from their last game against Attleboro as well. That's tipped out of bounds. It will remain green ball. Cougars will keep it. You realize this is the 4th Cougars team that I've seen play a Fall River team. Or actually 3 to play a Fall River team, but of course we have the Conley Cougars across the street as well here in the city. A popular name, I mean, makes you wonder why it can't find maybe a different cat for a mascot. Maybe Panthers or something. There's the Tri-County Cougars, Old Colony Cougars, and the Bishop Conley Cougars, all in the Mayflower League, might I add. and they've played each other too, so it always, makes things interesting from a broadcaster standpoint, the Cougars and the Cougars. We got the Bengals at Diamond, a different cat. How about, Taunton Tigers is a different. This Chaithanera with a 3, and Durfee's shots from the field have all been 3 balls from downtown. The other 3 points are from the line. But the Cougars, a popular mascot. I'm not sure what the mystique is behind it, but I tell you, very impressed by Durfee's D early on here. They're getting a lot of pressure on the offense for Snowden, and yes, they are the ones tipping it out of bounds, but it's showing that they're getting their hands in there and forcing inbound passes. Look, Salmon almost tipped that one away as well. So looking strong early, very aggressive. 3 on the shot clock. Got to get a shot off. No, they strip it. Salmon gets the steal. Lopes to the basket uncontested. And he is into double digits in the first quarter. It is 11 points for Lopes. Brendan White and Hunter Salmon waiting to check in, as it is a 17-4 ball game with 3 to play in this first quarter. And as William Samuels, little jumper in the paint, it's off the mark, and Joe Camara comes away with it. He has Morency. Morency will lose it, and a foul is called. I believe that might be on Samuels, number 24. We'll wait for the official call. I stand corrected. It's a third team foul for Snowden. They will. The Cougars forced the inbound. It was not during a shot. Madrano put that in. His first points. He's in off the bench, and that was actually on Samuels. I was right. The foul. Shane Taylor, number 1 there. Back to Samuels. He'll pull up again. White is going to get called on a foul just into the game. Lopes and Joe Camara sitting down for the time being, as well as Morency. That was the 3 subs: Madrano, Salmon, and Hunter Salmon, rather, and White. That foul was on White. Durfee's second team foul. Missing his first free throw is Samuels. It's his first trip to the line. Mario Carter coming in for Deontay Lynch. And a tough trip at the line there for Samuels. He missed both, but out off of Durfee, so Snowden will get a fresh clock and they'll keep the ball. JV blew out the visitors. Durfee's JV team did 82-33, a lopsided game there. 3 in and out. Boy, Cougars can't buy a basket right now. That was Ellis. That's his 3rd shot or attempt from downtown, and he can't seem to buy one right now. That one was closest to going in out of the 3. Just would not fall. But yes, JV for Durfee winning by nearly 50 points, 82-33. So the varsity team here looking to keep that going. The success in a 19-4 game. They have a steady lead. Hunter Salmon, oh, that one in and out as well. Thought it would fall, went around the rim and says, not this time. Samuels trying to gain some space. They're going to go outside. That is number 3. That was Hall Sanchez. A travel called on Sanchez. His teammate Ellis not liking the call, questioning it. Kind of motion to the bench, but the turnover gives Durfee the ball back. Chaithanera trying to forge ahead. Get it back to Hunter Salmon. Basket's good. +1 for the foul. So he'll go to the line. Fourth foul for the Cougars. And so Salmon will get to try to make this a 3-point play. And I believe that was on Rivera, number 2 it was. Nilanera into the game, replacing Big Brother. I was looking for Nilan. I didn't recognize him. Nilan got a haircut. Looking on the bench, I didn't see his number, and I didn't see him looking for the long hair. The end one is good. So Nilan with the fresh cut. looking like a totally different man. Pushed back on the attempt there was Lynch. Was out of play. Brendan White gets the inbound pass. Trying to go all the way, he can't. Stepping back is Medrano, and he sinks a three. 5 points for him. And Hilltoppers' lead is over 20 now. 25-4 with 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. Dominating first quarter for Durfee. Paul Sanchez takes the long three. It was out. Long, I should say, almost went out of bounds. Samuel got the rebound. That's off the rim. Kind of a brick there. There to back him up was Carter. That doesn't fall either. So 3 attempts to get points for the Cougars, and they're struggling there offensively to get the baskets to fall. White going to the basket off the front of the rim. Sanchez coming away with it. They get it to Lynch. Oh, pardon me, that's Ellis. Ellis's fourth attempt from outside. No good. And it'll remain Cougars ball. Felix Vargas for Durfee checking in on the other side. Paul Osiandi for the Cougars coming in. Nick Salmon will take a seat, as will Richard Hall Sanchez for the Cougars. Another three from Ellis. He wants one, he gets one finally. Nice D there quickly by Carter. Got his hands on it, but stepped out of bounds. So Durfee gets it right back. But Ellis on his fifth attempt from downtown finally sinked the three. That was a rainbow arcing shot there. Way above the glass it went. Errant pass off of Green, though, so it appears that Durfee will keep it yet again. 18 on the shot clock, 40 seconds on the game clock in the first quarter. Medrano looking to inbound. They find Salmon in the paint, puts it up over the basket. It goes into the hands of Carter, who will take it across center court on the offensive attack. Errant pass there. White was right there with the hand, stops it. Slows up. Hunter Salmon to the corner to Medrano. Medrano with it. Spins in the paint. Out to Vargas. This literally like a tenth of a second difference on the shot clock versus the game shot. White with a long three. It's off the back of the rim and off the mark. Shot clock is off now, 11.3 seconds. And Medrano will inbound. Nilla and Nera trying to get free, gives it to Medrano on the outside. Nera gets it back. Underneath, can't put it up. Gets his own rebound, but steps out of bounds. And 1.9 seconds for the Cougars to try to get a shot here. Had to wait for the official to give a go there. And that's kind of, you know, some of the inexperience that Coach Rogers was telling me about during the game, before the game, and those little mental mistakes there. They put it up. That was Lynch who put that one up, and it did not go. A 25-7 lead for the Hilltoppers at the end of the first quarter. And the Durfee cheerleaders will take to the court here in the 60-second timeout between quarters. And Lopes, in the time that he was in, with 11 points, 3 threes for his night, starting off his night. Not bad. He also had a field goal as well for 2 points. So 11 points for him early on, leading the way for all scorers.
Please feel free to check out some of the new items over the concession stand.
One thing I will say that I'm happy to see for the Hilltoppers is not many fouls. They were definitely foul heavy in the first few games that we covered here on Fred TV, as well as during the Christmas holiday. I stopped by to see some of the Skip Karam tournament games after Christmas, and there were some games there where they had a number of fouls way over the max. So good to see that Durfee has only committed 2 fouls here in the first quarter, and only one of those resulted in a trip to the line. So nice to see that they're limiting that. That shows you some discipline and some composure when you're putting the pressure on. I don't know if you can see that on your screen, but Samuels for Samuels for Snowden playing with the Durfee 6th man over there, kind of doing jumping jacks to block Nera's forthcoming inbound pass, and the 6th man behind them was kind of imitating like a mirror and having a little fun with that. Monkey see, monkey do. A foul called on Osiandi. The original 5 back in there to start this second quarter for Durfee, the original starting 5. Osiandi's first foul, the 5th team foul for the Cougars. Nera will inbound. Got to get it in, running out of time. And that's the end of that. Turnover. Good job there by the Cougars to not give an open look. So the Cougars get that back. Osiandi back to Samuels. They find Ellis in the corner. Back to Samuels it goes. He'll go into the paint. Little bouncer to Osiandi. Could not get it to go. Chathan Nera will come out with it. Looking to go all the way. Can't get the favorable bounce. Kamara trying to get there. Samuels with a heck of an effort, but I think he went out of bounds. At least that's, I think, going to be the call. Even knocking over a chair. Topper's going to inbound, and they're going to call on Lopes. Little indecision there, but great job by Samuels, too, to get his fingers on that. Again, just too much momentum going to the sidelines. Chathan Nera has sunk a 3 already. Thought about it. Got stripped. That's a travel called on Morency. Took an extra step. They give the ball away. 3-on-2 here. Nera going to the basket, and he'll pop it in off the glass. It's a 20-point lead again. 27-7 the score. Samuels trying to get something, trying to get an open look, and looks like he's going to lose it again. Going to have a jump ball here. The pile kind of fell there on Lynch. Slow to get up. Looks like he's hurting a bit, and I think he's going to be subbed out quickly here. We have Noah Amos and Richard Hall Sanchez coming in, and indeed Lynch will take a seat. And Snowden gets it on the jump ball. So the next one will go to Durfee. Samuels gets the pass. Can't get it to fall. Looks good off the glass, but it bounced back off of Nera, and the Cougars will keep possession again. Timeout called by the Cougars coaching staff. So quick break here. Back to the court we go. And the Cougars will inbound. And it'll be Richard Hall Sanchez doing the honors. Nice set there. They drew it up nicely there, but Ellis was well short on the three. Gonna try to redeem himself. That is short as well. He'll get the rebound again. Lopes getting pushed around. And a foul called on Ellis. I'm sorry, the foul was on Sanchez. His second, team sixth. Salmon trying to make some moves happen, and he's able to put it in. A block there, they get it back. Ooh, two players going down hard for Durfee, Camara and Morency. Looks like everybody's okay. They fell on each other. Looks like we're having some scoreboard issues here because Salmon's basket has not yet been counted. And we have 3 fouls on Sanchez, 7 for the Cougars, but it should be 2 and 6. That foul was on Joe Camara, the third for Durfee. And 29-7 is the score. The first free throw from Amos was missed. The second one does go in after a little bit of a bounce. Nick Salmon over the shoulder pass to Morency, and he is fouled on the way. That was nifty right there. Seventh foul for the Cougars, and it's the second foul on Oceandi, number 4. Morency at the line, missing the first. Morency hits the second one. Samuel's missing that one. He'll get it back. And another foul coming. Joe Camara getting tagged for his second straight foul. This will be the 4th foul for Durfee. Morency all alone. That was all too easy. Travel called, no basket. Amos getting called on the travel. Salmon biding his time. Been a long first 3 minutes of this second quarter. What a block by Samuels. But Brendan White is there for the basket. He's on the book, or in the book, I should say. Gets on the board. His first basket of the night. Out of bounds it goes. Durfee will keep it. Chethan Nera gets the Inbound pass out to Brendan White, wants a three, and it's off the mark. Hunter Salmon was there as well as Watkins. Tyrone Watkins couldn't get it. Oh, a jump ball. Wow. That's an interesting call there. They were moving. I guess they had both hands on. I didn't see any Durfee hands on it from my spot here. I thought it was going to be a travel. Either way, Durfee gets the ball because the jump ball was going their direction that time. So, Nara to White. Well covered by Ellis. White trying to get free, gets it to Salmon. And Nick takes the shot. Little pull-up jumper right there for the two. That's out of bounds, and Durfee will keep it. Good defensive pressure again. Chethan Nara coming in, and he'll sub out with Chethan Nara. Some conflict there. Amos was going after Chethan Nara. Nara was just going to the bench. And again, maybe that's some of the inexperience here, not really just knowing what's going on the court. Amos not even realizing that a sub was coming in and was not allowing Nara to get free. Salmon loses the ball. Foul is going to be on Samuels, and that is the 8th team foul. Durfee's in bonus, so Salmon will go 1-1. Four minutes to play in this first half. I'll tell you, the first quarter went by in the blink of an eye, but the second quarter here taking much longer. A lot of stoppages in play. Salmon hits the first. He is now a perfect 3 for 3 from the line. And if he can hit this next one, it'll be a 30-point lead for Durfee. Good for Salmon. Hall Sanchez will take it. He's back into the game, gives it to Amos. Amos gave it back, or gave it to Rivera, actually. And now Ellis with it in double coverage. It's going to go back to Hall Sanchez. And a backcourt violation coming here for the Cougars. Nick Salmon with it, trying to get free. Amos trying to defend him. That should have been a travel right there. Salmon took a couple extra steps, and no call. I guess that's a Luke Urban Fieldhouse call right there, home court advantage, because that was definitely a travel. Salmon will float it. Beautiful. Boy, he's got the touch tonight. Salmon into double digits, 10 points for him. He joins Lopes, with who has 11, none of which were... none of which came in the second quarter. Lopes has not had a shot this quarter. All 11 points for him came in the first. And Nick will take a seat. Medrano into the game now, and Salmon's going to take a break. Hall Sanchez somehow got it back, trying to flip it up, tips it out, and Watkins has it. Watkins slowing up, giving it to Brendan White. Tipped, goes to Hunter Salmon underneath. Nara there, gets it back, and it's going to go down. First basket tonight for Nillen off the bench. And Nara's going to get it back. He gets the rebound, slows it up a bit, tosses it to Brendan White. White out to Watkins, wants three off the front of the rim, no good, into the hands of Taylor. Taken back by Watkins on the steal to Nara to the corner to White. White with it, he'll go into the paint, and he can't put it in off the glass, but Nara gets the rebound, gives it to Hunter Salmon, to the near side now to Medrano. Medrano will try to drive it in, go to Nara. Nara, this should be for two, it's off the rim, no good. He'll get his rebound back. Hilltopper's getting every rebound, and Nara puts it in. As they say, if you at first don't succeed, try again. Well, that was a try again. Taylor puts that in. That is the first basket from the field in the second quarter for Snowden. So that kind of gives you an idea of some of the struggles of this young team from Boston, as well as Durfee's D. I mean, overmatched. They're a small. Snowden is a smaller team as well. Travel called on White. They're a smaller team. Durfee's size-wise is bigger, and there's more experience with Durfee as well. So, you know, the Cougars, they're definitely struggling a bit here tonight, down by now 34 points. And again, that just being their first basket from the field this quarter. We played 6 minutes in the quarter before that one was dropped down. The other point came from a free throw from Amos. So definitely, you know, we're seeing how young and inexperienced this team is. And again, the good news is that when you have a team like this, typically you're just going to keep getting better from here because everybody's going to get more experience with every minute on the court. So Nilanera to the basket, and he's getting some life right now. 6 points for him off the bench in this second quarter. So Nilanera getting some points for Durfee here in the second, looking good. A.B. Medrano tagged for foul number 1. His first personal foul. It's the team's 5th, but his first. Carter will inbound, and almost losing it was Osiandi. Giving it to Amos, and that's going to be a foul. Medrano lost his balance there, kind of fell all over him. So back-to-back fouls for Medrano, 6 in all for Durfee, under a minute to play in the half. Mario Carter will inbound again. Tipped away. Nilanera jars it loose, and he gives it away. Oh, stolen, taken right out of the hands. Gabe De Oliveira grabbed it. And then is fouled, it appears. Rivera had it, and De Oliveira just took it away. He's going to the line on the 9th team foul for the Cougars. It's Lynch who ended up fouling him. It's first. Oliveira's trip to the line starts 0 for 1. I said Oliveira, De Oliveira. He missed the first, hits the second. 35 seconds to play in this first half. Carter biding his time. Goes to the corner, good pass. Looking for the 3, and it's off the back of the rim. Lynch couldn't put it up. Toppers, oh, it's stolen. Put back by Amos. Brendan White with 5 seconds to the hoop, no good. They'll try to put one in, the Cougars will. Oh, and it's stripped. Durfee D prevails again. A dominating first half for Durfee. They lead it 47-12, holding the Cougars to just 5 second quarter points, 4 of which came in the last 2 minutes. Lots of work to do. Never say that this one's over at the half, but the Cougars have a lot of work to do in the second half if they want to even make this a game. 47-35. It is a 35-point lead for Durfee. We'll tally up the first half numbers and be back with the third quarter in just a bit. Stick around. About to start the second half back here at the Field House. Evan Massoud with you on Fred TV Channel 9. It was a dominating first half for Durfee. 47-12 is the score over the Snowden Cougars. And I mean, almost everybody getting involved in this one from Durfee's side. 9 players in the books in terms of getting points. Nick Salmon with 10. Tyshawn Lopes with 11 points, all 11 coming in that first quarter. Nilanera with 6 off the bench in the second quarter. He had a nice few minutes of play there at the end of the first half. The starting 5 for Durfee back out on the court to begin this third quarter. And it is the Cougars with possession to get things started. It's tipped away. Ends up going back into the hands of Amos. A jumper is good by Mario Carter. He gets into the book, his first basket of the night. And there's Lopes getting some points for the first time since that first quarter. So Lopes now with 13 ahead of everybody. Amos waiting. Ellis calling for it. Joe Camara there to cover him. Ellis steps back to get free. Amos gets it back now. They trade possession of the ball. Salmon guarding Amos. He throws it down to the feet. Samuels is there, waits on it, biding his time, put it up, no good. 3 toppers there to grab it. Lopes comes out of the pile with the ball. Trying to find Morency. Off of Morency it goes. Chathan Nera coming all the way back to get it. Nick Salmon puts it up. Another floater for 2. I'll tell you, that jumper shot, he is feeling it right now, let me tell you. Very impressed by Nick Salmon tonight. That's the best he's looked so far all season with those jumpers inside the arc. Morency gets the rebound. Salmon with the long pass cross court to Joe Camara. Camara going to the hoop, bounces it in off the glass. His first basket of the night. Had a couple 3-ball attempts in the first quarter. No good for him. On that side, putting it in there was Rivera for the Cougars. Nick Salmon with it. Looking to drive, turns around. No good. Morency tipped it, but into the hands of Carter it goes. And there is Samuels now. Amos. Oh, nice underhand pass. And unfortunately, though, Rivera could not get it to go. Ellis, though, there for the putback, so they do get the basket. Lopes to Camara, out to Chathan Nera, trying to find some spot, puts it up, puts it in. 8 points for Chathan Nera. Faking it was Samuels, gives it to Amos. Amos fighting hard, and he is fouled. Morency not happy about it. It's only Isaiah's second foul, but I'll tell you, he doesn't like it when he commits the fouls. If he doesn't, he got called on a technical during the Skip Karam tournament for continuing to argue the point after a foul late in the game, and that 4-point swing at the line with no time off the clock really was a big reason that they lost that game, truthfully. I mean, you're not putting it solely on one player, but Durfee missed a lot of shots late in that game as well, but that really kind of sealed the deal, and that's probably why, taking a seat to cool down, Coach Guimond swapping in Hunter Salmon. One free throw was good there by Amos. Samuels trying to get there, go the other way. Camara will get fouled, and one.
William Samuels for 2.
So Topper's picking up foul number 2 here in the second half, and it is Joe Camara's third foul. He has more than anybody else individually. A couple players with 2, but Joe with 3 now. And the and one is good for Samuels. 10 points this quarter for the Cougars. Their highest point total in any quarter so far. Nera gets the pass, back out to Nick Salmon. Drops back for 3. 15 points for Nick Salmon. Samuels feeding it underneath. That was Lynch, number 20. His first basket. Lopes spinning. Can't put it in. It rolls off the back of the rim. That is over the basket. Tipped out of bounds. It'll remain green ball. Rivera was there. Camara tipped it away. And Rivera will inbound. They'll go out to Amos. Met by Lopes. Going underneath. Oh, it doesn't go. Tough luck right there for Rivera. It's like somebody stuck a hand up through the basket, said nope. Joe Camara getting the pass. Chathan calling for it back. Joe will take it himself. Puts in the jumper. Amos to the hoop, no good. Chathan Nera with the rebound. Behind the back. That is tipped away. And Salmon's going to get hit with his first foul. Nilan Nera and Brendan White coming in for Joe Camara and Chathan Nera. And we'll have 2 shots for Antonio Rivera. Oh, my bad. My bad. They are inbounding. Greg Sullivan corrected me. Thank you, sir. Well, I looked, everybody was lining up, and I was like, wait, there was no shot, but we'll go with what they're doing on the court. And then I look up, and they're inbounding. So, as I've said before, this is what happens when you're doing it all yourself. Samuels. Little pull-up jumper, and it's off the back of the rim. Loose ball. Gonna have a jump ball. It's gonna be Durfee ball. Nick Salmon there. He will inbound. Tyshawn Lopes. Looked like he lost it. Hunter Salmon was there. Nick gets it back, and that is a miss. He hadn't missed in going back to that second quarter, but Salmon misses that one there. Samuels trying to get to the hoop. Cannot. Salmon will get the rebound. Hunter was there. Tyshawn Lopes going to go to the hoop himself on this side, and he is fouled. He'll go to the line. First foul for Snowden here in the second half. Lopes hits the first.
Checking in the game for the Cougars, number 1, Shane Taylor.
And Lopes hits the second. The foul was on Hall Sanchez, number 3. It's his third. And it looks like Lopes is going to get that and steal it back. And it doesn't fall. White is there for the putback. No, does that fall again? Samuels comes out of it. Wide open is Ellis on this side, and he puts it in for 2. Salmon 2, that was Nilan Nera rather, and they lost it. Gabe DeOliveira coming in now for the Hilltoppers. And A.B. Medrano, the Salmon brothers, coming out. That is Shane Taylor with it. He gave it to Ellis. White all over Ellis. Tipping it away was Lynch trying to get it. Feeding it to Nilanera, no foul. And a nice block. Good D there by the Cougars. Samuels the other end, he is blocked. Cougars got it back. That is Osiandi giving it to Taylor now. Taylor to the basket. Look at the bounce. My gosh, we've seen a couple of those tonight. Taylor comes away with it. Osiandi is fouled. Looks like Nilanera might be picking up his first foul. Oh, I'm sorry, 2-1. That's Gabe DeOliveira, his first foul. Team fourth for the Hilltoppers. And Osiandi misses the first. This is his first trip to the line. And he misses the second. Going up the ladder was Medrano to get the rebound. And he throws it away. An errant pass right there. Nice pass to Taylor. Puts it in for 2. He's got 6 points. That was a really bad pass by Medrano, unfortunately. I mean, standing right in his way was Osiandi. Screening White. I'm not sure how he thought he would get it there, but nonetheless. Lopes for 2 on the other end. And foul on Tyshawn Lopes. That is his first, and he's been out there for, I'd say, 80% of the game. So nice job by him to only get to his, that is only his first foul of the night. 5th team foul for Durfee, so a little more foul heavy, if you will, in this second half. It's 5 team foul. A little confusion because 7 was thrown up on the board. There are only 5 team fouls for the Hilltoppers. They've had some issues with the scoreboard tonight. Everybody thought it was a 1-and-1, but quickly corrected to 5 fouls. The Cougars will inbound it from the sidelines. Under a minute to play in this third quarter. Amos getting the pass, losing the ball. Luckily, Osiandi was there. Tipped away. Medrano is saying he stepped out of bounds. Good effort, though, trying to keep that ball and get it back. Taylor will inbound. Osiandi there, back out to Taylor. Trying to school DeOliveira, and a jump ball called. There was a jump ball there that was bang bang. Let me tell you, very little bit of time there. That was a quick whistle. Bad pass in the inbound. White to the basket, can't put it up. There to back him up though. Medrano puts it in. That's a second effort right there. 12 seconds on the game clock for the third quarter. Floated off the glass. Getting it back is Taylor, trying to go underneath, and he will get it there. Get it to fall. Off the glass was Medrano to end the third quarter. 19 points for Durfee in that quarter. A nice turnaround, though, for the Cougars. 18 points for them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yes, 18 points for them in that third quarter. That's a nice turnaround from a very tough first half for them. 66-30 is the score, with the Hilltoppers leading the way on their home court.
Fourth quarter is your last quarter. Your last opportunity to go and get more pizza. $2 in concession stand.
Looking at the road ahead for both teams, Durfee will stay home for their next two. They'll host Bishop Feehan, team that they beat on opening night to start the year. And then they will, that's on Tuesday. And on Friday, their first Big Three game of the year, they'll host Brockton here at the Field House. Both games slated to start at 6:30. For Snowden, they wrap up a 6-game road trip. This is game 5 of that road trip. Their 6th game will be Wednesday against West Roxbury before coming home next Friday against New Mission. Brendan White called on his second foul, Durfee's 6th overall. Taylor trying to get free. He sends it to Ellis, and Amos kind of took it almost, it looked like off the chin or something there. He lost it for Morency with the block. Amos gets it right back. Who wants it? Madrano got it to White. Durfee comes out of the pile with it. Nera looking for a quick three. It's off the rim. Morency falls, lets it fall to Gabe D'Oliveira. White gets it back out to D'Oliveira. To the corner to White. He set himself up, wants three. It's off the front of the rim. Morency tips it to Nera. Coming away with it is Morency. Loose ball. He can't put it back. 3 chances for the Hilltoppers there, and they can't get a basket. Can they do it on the 4th? Madrano can't get it to fall, but he's fouled and will go to the line. Man, oh man. Third. I believe that was the third foul. No, I'm sorry, second foul for the Cougars. Reading the wrong side here. Second foul for the Cougars. It was, we don't have the player's name up there at the moment. Madrano hits the first. Wide open three for Ellis, and it's no good. Morency with the rebound. Other end, no good for Nera. Couldn't get it to fall. They have the foul on Osiandi. That last foul, they have number 4 up on the board as his second, but it's actually his third. So that foul was on Osiandi. That's what kind of tripped me up there a minute. Gabe D'Oliveira called on the foul, his second. Durfee's 7th. That puts the Cougars into bonus. Amos at the line. This will be 2 shots. He was in the lane going for a basket. He misses the first.
Checking the game for the Cougars, number 2, Antonio Rivera. Number 3, Richard Sanchez. Number 5, Mario Carter.
That one will roll in. So 1 for 2 there. Timeout called on the court. We'll take a quick break here. Looking at the free throws for Durfee tonight, they have 15 shots on the night. They've only missed 3 of them by my count, so much better at the line. That was something that I brought up in the open that Coach Guimond said the team needed to work on because they were struggling so badly at the line, and that's not bad to be 12 for 15 on the night for free throws. Means you're hitting 80%. Morency called on a foul. White and it appears Nera, or rather Morency coming out. And it looks like the rest that's it for the starters here tonight, and I don't think we'll see them the rest of the way with the lead what it is. 68-31, Durfee ahead. Nearly a 40-point game. That's a travel on D'Oliveira. So I do not expect to see any of the other starters the rest of the way. Long 3 from Ellis outside. He's got 10 for the game, double digits for him. D'Oliveira, that's off the mark to the right. Ellis gets the rebound. Paul Sanchez with the basket there. His first since the first quarter. He's got 4 points now. Long pass to the Toppers bench it goes. Another 3 for Ellis. Missed quite a few of them before getting his first one way back in the first quarter. Now back-to-back 3s for him. That was Vargas trying to get free. Nera going around the defender. He's fouled going to the basket, and he will take 2 shots. This will be Nillen's first trip to the line. Fourth team foul. In and out it goes. The foul is on Ellis. Second one is good. Long pass to the corner. Ellis wants another, and it's going to be no good off the rim. Samuels gives it up. Hall Sanchez gets it. He'll pull up in the paint and put it in. D'Oliveira called for it. They'll give it to Vargas. He wants 3 off the rim. And Hall Sanchez there for the rebound. Under 4 minutes to play in this fourth quarter. Going underneath to Ellis for 2. Timeout, Snowden. Ellis with a nice fourth quarter here rather. 8 points for him, 15 for the game for the Cougars. Again, all the starters are out for Durfee. Don't expect to see them back in unless this gets to like maybe a 10-point game. Greg Sullivan bringing to my attention, I don't know if we can get a shot of the 6th man across the way, but they're in a kind of a isosceles triangle if you will. Incomplete isosceles. I like that. So there's a 90-degree angle at the bottom left side. And so as they say, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, right? Pythagorean, yeah, the Pythagorean theorem. Can never forget that. My math teacher from Durfee here, I had her for 3 years. She sadly has passed away. Mrs. Moretti, she was head of the Teachers Academy here. And I had her for geometry. That was the first class I had with her. And God, if I ever forgot Pythagoras, I'd never live it down. But I said to Greg, because Greg Sullivan from the Herald, if you're just joining us, is sitting next to me up here in the stands. And I told him maybe the slant of this six-man formation is to show the hill for the Hilltoppers, the Durfee emblem. I'm not sure. I think we're reading a little too much into it, quite frankly. But, you know, this is what you do. Going to take in all the sights at a game. Fourth team foul for the Cougars. First foul for Mario Carter. D'Oliveira hits the first. Makes him 2 for 3 on the night. And it puts the Hilltoppers at 70 points. Two for 2 that trip. 3 for 4 on the night. And that's actually, Durfee's only got free throws this quarter. They're 5 for 6. That's the only points they have, and that's kind of why this game has gotten a little closer, if you can call a 28-point game close. But nice pass, trying to go underneath was Shane Taylor. Oh, Devon Williams, I'm sorry. Devon played 3 quarters of JV before this game and now getting some action on varsity. Looked at the wrong side there, so Devon Williams with a good opportunity there, just couldn't get it to fall. And Nathan Rodriguez puts it in off the bench, gets in the books. No shot. Williams called on a foul. Durfee's 9th foul, and it will result in a 1-and-1. That looks like Hall Sanchez at the line. And it is, so he'll have to make the first to hit a second shot, and he misses it. Out of bounds off of, oh, they're saying off of Durfee. Rodriguez got his hands in there. Got to get it in, and they do. They find Ellis. Quick pass to Amos. Amos off the fingertips. That was nicely set up right there. Good look. 2.5 to play in the game. Staying with it was Watkins. Out to the corner it goes. D'Oliveira with it. Now to Vargas. Here's Williams looking to get a basket. No, going to go out to D'Oliveira. D'Oliveira can't put it in. It's out of bounds. Snowden ball. Mario Carter pulls up inside the arc. Williams with the rebound. Foul was called on Hall Sanchez, team 5th. His 4th personal foul. And Rodriguez puts it in for 2. .30-point game again, 75-45. Samuels will put it in for the 46th and 7th points of the night for Snowden. Out of bounds there. It looked like on the other side it was. Well, it did go out of bounds, but it went off of White. So Snowden will keep it under 90 seconds to play in the game. and the basket is good as well. So Amos with the basket there, +1 for the foul. And if he can hit this, if he hits this shot here, he'll have 10 for the game. He'll be up into double digits. It's Durfee's 10th foul, and it was on Felix Vargas, his first. So Durfee's at their max here with 1:18 to play. Free throw's good, and after a 6-point fourth quarter, a 7-point second half, Noah Amos with 10 points in the game, double digits. Going for the three, well short from Watkins. They'll feed Samuels down this way, breaking to the basket, puts it in off the glass. Timeout called by the Cougars. I gotta tell you right now, I mean, if it wasn't for such a tough first half for the Cougars, this game would be a lot closer because they've had a very nice second half. I mean, granted, the Hilltoppers have taken out some of their starters and they've slowed it down a bit as well, but I mean, needless to say, this team has looked a lot better here in the second half. They got 18 points in the third quarter while most of the starters were still out there in the third quarter. And now this quarter here, 22 points, but that's with most of the bench in. So not a bad second half for the Cougars in terms of kind of redeeming themselves after such a dismal start. Closing the book on the starters, Tyshawn Lopes had 17 to lead Durfee scores tonight. 3 from downtown, 3 from the field, 2 from the line. And a foul there. Seventh foul rather for Snowden. Carter's second personal. Shooting 1-and-1 rather. Shooting 1-and-1. Felix Vargas at the line. And he hits the first. So he's in the books. They're trying to get everybody in the book for me tonight. Let's see, who hasn't scored? Watkins and Williams are the only ones that haven't scored. Williams just coming in off the bench. Watkins has had some time. Everybody else has scored tonight for Durfee. Missing the second was Vargas, 1 for 2 there. Ellis wants a 3, and it's good. And just like that, Ellis, with his 4th 3 on the night, has 18 points, and he now leads all scorers because Lopes has sat most of this fourth quarter. Quick timeout there. Toppers break the huddle now. They will inbound. 48.7 seconds left in this one. Durfee gonna win, but you play till the final buzzer, and I actually kind of like, I mean, I normally don't like all the late timeouts and whatnot, but Coach Rogers coaching his team all the way to the end here. And guess who just got in the book? Devon Williams. So now Watkins is in there. He's got the ball. We could get everybody on the Toppers team some points if Watkins can get a basket here. Williams gets the basket and 1 for the foul. He'll go to the line. 80 points for the Hilltoppers, and I'll tell you, 25 seconds, we got to get Watkins a basket. Can't have him be the only one without points. I mean, everybody in the book now has points. Bounces out, and the Cougars, they'll forge ahead and try to maybe get 2 possessions out of this. We'll see. That was put in by Samuels. One and one on the other end here coming for Durfee as Carter is tagged with his 3rd foul, 8th team foul. And it's going to put Rodriguez at the line shooting 1 and 1. No good. Williams gets the rebound back to Rodriguez for 2. 6 seconds to play, and the Cougars will get the final shot. Samuels to the hoop. It doesn't go. He'll put it up at the buzzer. No good. And that'll do it. 82-57. Your final, the Hilltoppers improved to 5-3. A 27-point 4th quarter for Snowden. For Durfee, it ends up being a 16-point 4th quarter. The lowest output of any quarter, but again, most of the bench was in and they held their own, doing a nice job at it. Unfortunately for Watkins, he doesn't get in the book with points. Everybody else, though, for Durfee had points tonight. And almost the same can be said on the other side in terms of available players. Schofield and Dorsonville are the only 2 for Snowden that didn't get points, but they didn't play. So everybody that played here tonight, except for Watkins for Durfee, got some points tonight. So I guess it's not a bad day at the office for either side. Shows that everybody was getting some looks and getting the ball to the basket. So again, the final score, 82-57. Durfee wins the lopsided battle by 25 points. They'll host Fian on Tuesday and Brockton on Friday. And we're hoping, weather permitting, to, as long as we don't have any more snowstorms next week, hoping to cover both of those games as well. So, thanks for tuning in, folks, and we will see you soon from the Fieldhouse. Good night.